Hello and welcome to The Slice. My name is Michael and today I have a super special guest. Her name is Sarah. I'm really excited about this because Sarah is a whiz when it comes to creating video content. Sarah, how are you?
I am really well. How are you?
Do you know what? I've been waiting for this for a while. I've got to admit, yeah. So I'm probably more pumped than you are.
I bet you say that to all your guests, don't you?
100%, yes. I'm not going to lie. So basically, you get 10 minutes to talk about your business. After the 10 minutes, that is it. Are you ready for this?
I am so ready. I was born ready. Let's do it.
The timer has started. So, Sarah, for those that don't know who are you and what do you do?
So my name is Sarah Cooper. I have a business with Arbonne, which is an online health and wellness business. And I help people to get healthy using amazing products. And I also coach and mentor people to start their own online global businesses with Arbonne.
And how long have you been doing that for them?
So I've been with Arbonne 6 years now, quite a while, but it's something.
Wow.
So I worked in TV for a really long time, and it was always something I did very, very part-time around that. I have two children now, and I still only do it part-time, but because I have the children, it just works super
Yeah.
flexibly around that. So it's perfect.
I was going to say, because obviously the TV and film industry is quite a demanding job to have, and especially when you're trying to raise a family, it's probably not one of the easiest jobs to have, is it?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely what should we say, all consuming when you're on a project. And I worked in film and TV for 12 years. I had an amazing time. I worked on some amazing things all over the world. But when I had the girls, and because I've been building my Arbonne business alongside that, I was just ready for a change and I was open to a change. And I've actually done other things since having the children, like worked into business development with startups as well. And Arbonne's always been something that I've been kind of building alongside that to create that flexibility, which is where we're now getting to, which is really exciting.
So going from TV industry to Arbonne, how has that transition been for you, and how do you feel your work-life balance has been affected by that?
Well, having an Arbonne business is a really different thing to kind of having a full-time job, because with Arbonne, you can do a few hours a week or you can do lots of hours a week. It's totally on your own terms. And the transition, I think I've always had a bit of an ego, to be honest, because having a TV career and being the line producer, when you tell people that and you tell people the projects you're working on, people are always like, oh, that's so cool. And then when I started my Arbonne business, like on the face of it, I sell health and nutrition and beauty products, and there was a massive ego thing there for me of like,
Of
oh my
course.
god, like I'm just selling products. But as I've built my business and I've built my team, and I see like the potential of this business and what I can do globally with it, I've just decided to massively get over myself. And that's where the video came in, really. When I started showing up on LinkedIn, I was like, right, I just need to get over my ego. I need to start putting myself out there and I need to start getting visible, because if people don't know what I do and they don't know it's an option that's available to them, whether that's with these amazing products and this amazing B Corporation brand, or whether it's with the business, if people don't know what I do, then how am I gonna, you know, show them or grow
Exactly.
my business? Yeah.
So when it comes down to, obviously you've worked in TV, you've done that for so many years, and then you've obviously gone, right, I need to start, I've basically got to reinvent myself. How did you find, had you done video before? And if not, how did you find, going from no video content to then creating practically daily content on your smartphone?
I know, it's mad, isn't it?
Isn't it?
I would say I'm an accidental video content creator. So
Right. Okay.
when lockdown happened last year, the way that I've built my business to the point that it is now, or to the point before lockdown, was getting out, meeting people in person, which I love. Going
Yeah.
to things and events that I enjoyed, and meeting people that I vibed off that way, and
Yeah.
sharing the business or sharing the products that way. So when lockdown happened, I had a 1-month-old and I had a 2.5-year-old,
Hmm.
and the world shut down. And I had this moment of total paralysis of like, oh God, like, how am I going to continue to build my business? I'm now
Yeah.
like full-time looking after 2 children, a newborn who isn't sleeping, a 2.5-year-old who's got more energy than like anyone you've ever met. And everything's shut, including play parks. Just like,
I thought it was bad having a Jack Russell, but I think you've definitely got the shorter straw there.
and I remember so clearly talking to my friend Lisa, who introduced me to Arbonne, and just saying, who am I going to talk to? Like, I'm screwed. I'm totally screwed. And it was around that time that I saw a kind of ad popping up on Facebook. You know how it goes, like, keeps popping up. And it was like, generate leads for your business on LinkedIn. And I just thought, yeah, right. Because at the time, I just thought LinkedIn was a place where you listed your work experience,
Yeah.
and people offered each other jobs. And I was very much present on LinkedIn in that way, but with my TV background. So when I saw this, I was like, well, I've got nothing else to lose. I've got nothing else to try. So I'm just going to go for it. So I did this like 5-day challenge around how to show up on LinkedIn, what sort of content to create. I didn't even know content creation was a thing on LinkedIn, right?
Oh, yes.
And now that I know what I know, I can't believe that I used to think that. Do you know what I mean? Like, that was a
Yeah.
parallel universe I lived in. So that was like the 29th of June. I just remember it so clearly. And then I don't know what it was, but something clicked and I just threw myself into it. And at the same time, I was listening to a podcast from an amazing guy. He's a network marketing trainer. And he was talking about adding value to your audience by learning out loud. And something over the last few years, since I started my Arbonne business, that's become huge for me and massively impacted my life is personal development. And my mindset has changed so much. I'm constantly working on that. You know, I'm surrounded by positive people who are, you know, working on their energy, working on how they show up in the world. And so this just sort of started spilling out of me. I can't really explain it any other way. And around the same time, I started a Miracle Morning community. I mean, that's a whole other conversation, but an hour every day where a group of us meet online to do meditation, gratitudes, affirmations, reading, and we finish on a power tune. There's now over 40 of us who get on there. And I'm so inspired every single morning. And that helped me with my content creation because I set myself a 90-day challenge of doing that, getting up at 5:50 with a freaking baby who wasn't sleeping. Seemed crazy at the time because it's so out of my comfort zone. I was like, this has got to be good. I'm going to do it. 90 days, let's go. And I set myself a 90-day challenge to show up on LinkedIn every day and do a video as well. So that is where it started, an accidental content creator.
Well, I think sometimes that's the best way it is because, like, I mean, I was never meant to be a filmmaker. I started off as an actor, and my goal was to go off and be a famous actor, like everybody that leaves school. And I think you just fall into things that are that come to you probably more natural. And I think from start, I remember seeing your videos when you first started creating them, and how that has transformed your business has been. It's mind-blowing how much it's changed in such a short space of time. But I think that's
Yeah.
credit to your personality, to the person that you are in general. And obviously, your experiences within TV and film, what it's like to work in that industry as well. So I suppose all those elements have kind of brought you to this path that you are on now. In terms of video, do you enjoy creating video content? Is it something that you actually now enjoy doing?
My God, I love it.
I knew you'd say that.
You know what? Like, in the early days, I wanted to be a Blue Peter presenter, and I did actually sort of dabble with some applications for presenter positions. And by that point, everyone was telling me I was too old, so I never really went down that road. But now I absolutely love it. And it was when I kind of, my first video on LinkedIn had my makeup perfect, I had my lighting perfect, I had my script written out. And now, like, if anyone looks at my videos, I'm either like sweaty in my running stuff in the park with a cap on, or more often than not right now in a big duffel coat with no makeup and
Duffel coat is what I see a lot of, yeah.
at 7 o'clock in the morning, because it's just like, I got over myself and not worrying about what people are going to think of me. And actually, because I know now, because of the messages that I've got and the people I speak to, so many people say to me, that thing you said the other day really resonated with me, or it's made me do this, or it's had this effect on me in a really positive way. And that is mega. And I think right now, there's so much negativity, there's so much like darkness out there with the news that you can tune into. And I just think, if we can all be the light and bring a bit of lightness and positivity into others' lives, like, that is huge. So for me, I'd do the video every single day if I could, but I mean, I don't know if it might be a bit much for some people. But yeah, doing the video every day for 90 days, well, 111 in the end was awesome and I loved it. But like, you do beautiful videos, and like, you know, your lighting's amazing and it's all nicely cut together.
The
And
problem
mine's
is though,
literally,
Sarah, I get judged more if I just put my duffel coat on. So I have to. There is an element of I have to somewhat take a bit more time and attention to detail. But you're absolutely right in it. It comes down to content. Content is king, and as long as you can be seen and heard, then that pretty much is the way to go. But you know, I love the fact that you said that you were quite mindful of lighting and sound and preparing, and then in the end you just go, well, do you know what, I know what content I need to cover, providing that that is there. That's all that matters. But your content's really fun, it's really engaging, and it does lift people up. And at 7 a.m. I've got to admit, when I do see your videos pretty much every morning, it does set me on that tone for the day. So I definitely think you're definitely offering something. And there's your timer. And now I nicked that last little minute, so I do apologise if it took a bit of your time away. How did you find that?
Oh, I loved it. I mean, I could talk about this all day. I could absolutely talk about this all
I know,
day.
and go on.
I was going to say, my main thing to anyone, because I speak to people so often and they're like, oh, but it's okay for you. I couldn't do that because of X, Y, and Z. Just do it. If you have a feeling in here, just freaking do it.
It's funny, actually, you say that, and I'll just finish on this. Yesterday, I had a meeting at 9:30, and my day was packed out. And obviously, today is the day that I post valued content. And I literally looked at the clock. I was sitting there, I had everything ready to go. And I looked and it went, right, I've got 9 minutes before this call. And I smashed out today's video. So if you go and watch today's video on LinkedIn, it literally took me 9 minutes to do. And that was the pressure of doing that, was like, you've only got this 9 minutes throughout the whole day to do it. And I just went for it. And I think you're absolutely right. Just sometimes you just got to get that camera, just go for it. You know, some things shouldn't be so polished, but unless you're a videographer, so then you have to be a bit polished. So thank you, Sarah. Did you enjoy that?
Oh, I loved it.
Brilliant. Well, you'll definitely have to come back in the future. So thank you so much for your time today. If anybody would like to watch any previous episodes, you can go to youtube.com/Take the Cake Pro. If you would like to see when I post all my latest videos, don't forget to hit the subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon.